This is Grow Omaha Uncut, where you can watch our radio show, including what goes on in the commercial breaks. And be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons.
Oh, that's right. So you guys did meet the lady. Okay.
How are you?
Good, yourself?
Good.
They're a little scrappy. So the kind of connectors, Delaney was great to get us headphones and stuff, but I couldn't get headphones. So they actually worked. That's those best looking ones.
It's better than our single.
I said the guest,
right?
The guests get a raw deal.
Yeah.
Which one? We have 5. Oh, wait, hold on. Are those both working?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hold on. I was thinking that 5. I'm sorry, Delaney. I thought there was. I don't know why I was thinking.
Whatever works. I'm good.
All right, hold on.
Were you disparaging Delaney's
Wait,
name
which one's it?
for no reason whatsoever?
Wait. Which one's these?
Right here.
Okay.
These are working.
Yeah. Oh, here. You guys can have this one. Here, give me
Radio
those.
Weather Watch.
These should work.
What is it? They all work. They all work.
Yes, you don't have the scrap.
They all work. What the hell?
Need more slack? Slick?
If I'm
I know
use...
this is against COVID, but can you get to the I'm kind of limited
Everything
here,
about
sorry.
us. Everything about us is against COVID.
I can't get it anywhere.
What?
I can't get code.
I believe it.
I haven't been there. I'm pretty sure.
You eat a lot of Taco Bell?
All the stuff that I put in my body over the last 30 years, like, there's no way.
Comes back to catch
Let me
up to
see
a
your
guy.
microphone. How are we gonna talk? Okay, perfect. Really like that.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. I will.
It's just FM.
One of my guys showed up at a house, and the homeowner had my book
Oh, really?
from hearing it here.
Really?
Yes. He's like, how the hell did you get Eric's book? He's like, oh, I heard it on the radio. I went and bought it.
Where'd you buy it?
On Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
See, that Groma investment paid for itself right there with that one copy of the book.
$3.20
Yeah.
break-even book, yeah.
Was it worth it so far?
The guys are just starting to knock doors, so I'll find out here probably in about 2 months. Like, because they're literally handing them out as like a gift of the doors. So, like, that's the play.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's a great idea.
we'll see.
I've always said a book is just an expensive business card.
Yep. No, and that was
that's what mine
exactly
are.
the reason
Yeah.
that I wrote it.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Mine are
You
expensive.
wrote it?
$3, isn't that much?
I wrote it.
You did?
Yeah, I wrote it.
It's about what?
Excellent.
Huh? I wrote the book.
So who helped you write it?
Don't help me. I'm a grown up. I can write.
Was there?
I know
that
I look
article?
like fucking.
What's that?
Was there anything new in there, or is that just a rehash of the KTV article from?
It was a
3 months
rehash
ago?
of the KTV article that we already talked about, but since it was out, the only thing that was new was that they said that they're going to be choosing a developer this spring. No, I believe in your writing. I just figured with your schedule, there's no way you had time to
I wrote it in like 2 weeks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wrote
okay.
it really fast. Yeah. Oh, there's one thing if I could pimp today.
Who did the pop-up
our
part of
veteran
it?
book, roof giveaway.
I got it.
I wanted to.
Yeah, I
bring
got
that
it,
up. Yeah, I want to get people to start signing up for that.
I got it on
Thank
right
you.
here.
Who did the pop-up or the pop-up part?
The scratch and sniff part?
Oh,
you mean?
I did.
That's what he always asks.
I did.
He's always like, how much
We
is
won't talk about what is the scratch and
He's
sniff.
like, how much is the scratch and sniff version
That
cost?
printing company behind, I don't know, like,
Oh,
or 20 with an L. They make those.
Oh, we're live, people. So nervous. Just kidding. Well, good morning and welcome to the Grow Omaha show. Happy spring to you. Glad that you have joined us here. Going to be a great show. It's always a great show. But at any rate, my name is Jeff Beals, and I'm your co-host from NAI Dodge Commercial Real Estate Company, Omaha's premier commercial real estate firm. We're also brought to you by D&M Roofing, providing commercial and residential roofing services throughout the metro area. This is the only show you're going to find that talks about business expansion, real estate construction, really anything involved with making Omaha a brighter, more prosperous, vibrant place to live, work, and visit. Without any further ado, I do want to introduce my co-host, a man who has been busy gardening his tulips and jonquils, Trenton Magid.
Once I find out what a jonquil is, I'll take care of that.
Some folks refer to them as daffodils. Does that help?
Not at all.
Little yellow
Good
flowers.
morning, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Saturday.
Hey, Trenton, I got to tell you, earlier this week, I was in a commercial. a television commercial, actually more of a promo video for our good friends at Nebraska Crossing. So you're going to like how this all comes down.
Okay, let's hear it.
So I'm talking to Rod Yates, the owner of Nebraska Crossing, earlier this week, and he said, hey, we could use a few extra people in our commercial, our promo video that we're shooting. Will you and Stephanie come by tomorrow afternoon and be in our video? Stephanie is my wife. I said, sure, we'll do it. And so we get there at about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's me and about 7 or 8 women, all very good looking, that range from maybe age 19 to late 40s. Okay. And so I'm the only guy who's over 50. I'm the only guy, and I'm the only person who's, well, I mean, I'm honest, not the most attractive fellow on the face of the planet. So I said,
even those types like to shop at Nebraska Crossing.
So I said that to Rod and Johanna. I said, so I see why you have these guys here. Why am I here? I'm a little older than they are. I'm a little bit out of shape, and Rod doesn't miss a beat. He says, Jeff, we have to have people understand that you don't have to look like a model to be welcomed at Nebraska Crossing. So I was the everyday common guy in the promo video.
I see that as a compliment.
I would too. Hey, while we were there, I got to take a behind-the-scenes sneak peek at a new concept retailer that's being incubated at Nebraska Crossing.
They have like grow lights on it, or?
Can't tell you what the name is yet, but it's going to be located between the Vineyard Vines and Kate Spade Store. It's going to be a boutique that mixes a couple of different types of merchandise. We're going to be announcing it very, very soon, but very cool. And it'll be incubated as a new retailer right there.
So is that also known as a pop-up store, or is it more of like hopefully be a permanent addition?
The intention is for it to be a permanent addition. Not that there's anything wrong with pop-up stores. Those are becoming kind of a big thing in the retail world these days. And I think you're going to see more and more of that in a lot of even the very strong centers, because people are working hard to make retail more vibrant, experiential, edgier, because it has to be to compete with Amazon and all the online stuff.
But you've never got to be a Santa Claus at a Nebraska Crossing event.
It's so funny you were saying that, because as we were shooting the video, I said to Steph, I said, Trenton was in a Nebraska Crossing video a few years ago. They had him dressed up as Santa Claus. And weren't you one of several Santas in the video?
No, there was a skinnier Santa Claus. Kind of pissed me off, but
nobody likes a skinny Santa.
And there was a ton of people there, and they were giving. I think everybody was getting a gift card to Under Armour, and they had drones, and you can still find it on. It was to that song "Jump Jump."
Yeah, I remember watching your video.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
A lot of people do.
You jumped right out of the gym in that video.
It's still in my
Santa suit. I was pretty impressed.
It's still on my highlight reel. So.
Well, hey, one last thing about Nebraska Crossing. Be sure to sign up for your Fast Cash. After I was done shooting that video, I was walking by Johnson and Murphy, and I just poked my head in there. I'll be really honest with you. I need some new shoelaces because I had the shoelaces I was wearing were getting a little bit frazzled. So I went in there to go get a new set of shoelaces for a couple dollars. And then I realized something. They have these awesome shirts. Johnson and Murphy, it's a shoe store, but they had these shirts. And there was
with the picture shoes?
It looked really, really cool. $89. So I whipped out my phone. I had my digital wallet from my Nebraska Fast Cash app. Got it for free. All right, let's get into the show. We are going to bring on a couple of our familiar friends and contributors. Sitting to Trenton's right is Brad Williams of Brad Williams Photography and E&A Consulting, and the official photographer of the Grow Omaha show. Good morning, Brad.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for having me back.
Good to have you back. And sitting next to him is Eric Obremt, owner of D&M Roofing. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, fellas. Good to be here.
It's good to have you guys back.
Thanks for coming off the roof.
You're welcome.
You have probably been spending a lot of time on roofs lately. It's spring. You guys get really busy.
Yeah, it's nice to get back out there and get to not be inside.
Okay, Trenton.
I talked him down.
That's good. When these guys come on the show, what does that mean?
It is the call-in show, ladies and gentlemen.
Call-in show. Once every 2 months, we do our call-in show, and you can be a part of the action. All you have to do is dial 402-558-1110, 402 888-558-1110. Call now. Yeah, we're going to go through our news here real fast. But before you know it, we're going to be taking your calls, and it's your chance to ask anything related to Omaha growth and development or to make a comment about Omaha growth and development. But without any further ado, it's time for our News of the Week, brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, EagleMortgageCompany.com. They know mortgages like nobody knows mortgages. FHA, VA, conventional loans, all of that. And if you are thinking about buying a house, you want to sit down with Holly or her team members. The office is at 114th and Davenport. The virtual office is at EagleMortgageCompany.com. Lost the address in my mind for just a second. And they do a great job helping you with that very, very important decision, getting a loan for your new house or refining your existing one. Okay, first up on the docket, fellas, Facebook has officially announced its expansion. We've talked about this on the show before, but Facebook officially announced that they will be building now south of Cape Hart Road.
They're in 2 cities now.
And that's a good point. It actually, they had always been a Papillion project, and because they are now going south of Cape Hart Road, that part will be in Springfield, so they're changing the name from the Papillion Data Center to the Sarpy County Data Center. And altogether, first of all, this will be 1 million additional square feet, $400 million in additional capital investment, 100 additional jobs, but that brings their total investment in Sarpy County to $1.5 billion, 300 total jobs, 3.6 million square feet.
Wow.
I almost don't think they're done, because if you look at the land east of Highway 50, north of Cape Hart, there's still a ton of green space on that lot.
Funny you should say that, Brad, because one of the times when I was driving by there not too long ago, I was thinking the exact same thing. So who knows? I mean, maybe someday they'll just have to name it Facebook County instead of Sarpy County.
There's still a farmhouse there, so maybe they're waiting for them to move or something. But even without the farmhouse, there's a lot of land left over there.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is in addition to Google and to Fidelity and other data centers to come, and the Yahoo that's been there since probably about 2010.
And an even bigger going. Google complex in Council Bluffs.
1,000 acres, yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be an interesting one to keep our eye on. But I suspect you'll see construction in earnest for the Facebook. We should start referring to it as the Facebook municipality, because it's so big. It seems like they've got almost like a few square miles or something.
They got their own roadway.
Darn near. And they do have their own bridge. The University of Nebraska Medical Center and Nebraska Medicine are going to be choosing developers for 2 new projects. They'll likely make those developer choices this spring. One of those projects involves converting the old Omaha Steel Castings Industrial Building, old, classic, gritty, heavy industry looking building, very cool, into some sort of innovation, business incubator center, kind of like a high-tech a place where academics, research, and the private sector will all collide with one another. And then the other project for which they will be seeking developers will be an administrative tower based on some renderings that we saw, Brad, about a couple months ago. That administrative tower looks like it was going to be like 10 to 12 stories, but that would be right on the southwest corner of Saddle Creek and Douglas. And then, of course, we are also expecting to get a big announcement about the next project in the federal government partnership, possibly as early as next week.
Which is amazing. And it'll also be the administrative building consolidating. They're all over campus. They'll be consolidating that administrative building to the north of the industrial, what's now industrial, get converted. And that'll also tie into the next project.
We almost need a map on the Grow Omaha page to keep track of it all. There's so many projects right now.
You know, that probably would be helpful, because
Thanks for volunteering once again.
A lot of the times when we explain this stuff, we say, this intersection, that actually might be kind of helpful. Mrs. B's, the furniture store that's part of Nebraska Furniture Mart, unveiled a nice remodeling job within the last week or two, and that looks really nice. Construction bids were due earlier this week for Project Barron in Council Bluffs. Now, this was one of those things where the contractor, which is Ryan Companies out of Iowa, they send out their construction bids, but to see the details, you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. But it's called Project Barron, which we believe is a 270,000 square foot Amazon warehouse at Highway 275 and 24th Street in Council Bluffs. So we will see.
Yep, and that'll be the northwest corner, we believe.
Hey, Eric Obremt, let's bring you up to the microphone here for a second because you have a really cool thing that you and your colleagues do every year at this time to honor people who have served our country in the military over the years.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for bringing it up. We actually moved it. We used to do it in November for Veterans Day, and we would do a free roof giveaway for a veteran. And so we want everybody to come check out our Facebook page and start nominating somebody that you think is deserving or in need. Obviously, that's the idea, is that we're trying to find a veteran that's in need of a roof, and we're going to take nominations until I think May 14th, and then we announce on Memorial Day. So
and so whoever this veteran is,
Yep.
Then do you do a type of thing where you kind of do like the ABC home makeover and show up with a bus and camera crews?
I don't have a bus.
And a huge wall.
Huge wall, so nobody can see it. Yeah.
Yeah. No, how do you let them know?
So they'll apply. They're going to submit. I think Lindsay's doing this, my marketing director, but she's accepting all of the applications, and she's asking for pictures and videos to nominate your favorite veteran, and then we'll go through them and basically, for lack of a better word, judge. Who's probably the most in need of it. We'll choose them, and then we'll do a Facebook Live and give them a call. That's what we did last year. It was kind of fun. We did a Facebook Live. We called them. We got them on video and everything, and everybody was watching it. We announced it, and then we're actually partnering with the Millard VFW. We put their roof on a couple of years ago, and so we're partnering with them, and we're going to do a fundraiser at the end of the day after that for them, and we're going to do a big food thing at the VFW, raise money, raise funds, and get a lot of different people involved. So it's all over our Facebook and our website.
Very righteous. That's awesome.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
That is so cool. Yeah, kudos to you and your colleagues for doing that, Eric. I just so appreciate it when businesses are taking care of our veterans. So good work.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we'll be interested in hearing how that goes after May when you guys make the big announcement. All right, that's your news of the week, brought to you by Eagle Mortgage, eaglemortgagecompany.com, where they know mortgages. It is the call-in show, which means warm up and limber up your dialing fingers. It's time to call. Here's what always happens. People are hesitant to call at first, so we kind of have to get calls like pulling teeth, and then all of a sudden at the end, we've got 16 calls waiting that we can't get on the air. So please call now, 402-558-1110, so we can get you in. You're listening to Jeff Beals, Trenton Magid, Brad Williams, and Eric Obremt on Grow Omaha, brought to you by NAI, NP Dodge, and D&M Roofing on News Radio 1110 KFAB.
Boom.
Boom, good stuff. Except for my ice is all melted.
You right?
Chris Covey says he likes it when I look at the camera during the show and on the break.
Who's Chris Covey?
Chris Covey.
Who the hell's Chris Covey?
Corey. Sorry. Corey. There's an attorney by the name of Chris Covey that I get mixed up with.
When's he gonna launch the site?
We have to get the Grow Omaha YouTube channel ready. So we got to do that, and then
Serious information here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching.
we're going to be also when it launches, we'll have about 6 or 7 weeks of shows on there. We'll have a bunch of highlight interviews. The first restaurant review won't be till later this spring, but we have shot the last. What was that, Thursday, Tom? Last Thursday we shot the intros and the outros for all of the various YouTube features.
We got all the pictures for it.
Yeah. I like that one where we're sitting at the table.
Yeah, it's good.
It's like serious.
It's like serious.
Yeah. I'll show you.
Oh, did Pate call you?
Serious guys.
Okay.
Was he supposed
Get your
to?
license plate back
He's
before
got
it goes.
something going on.
About.
Oh,
I wish I could. when I talk to him, I get 97 different stories.
Because it moves so fast.
Yeah, and then he's like, I need to call Jeff. I need to talk to Jeff about this, and I think that he really liked this. And I'm like, all right, I go, we should call him today because I'm going to see him tomorrow. And then I forgot as soon as I hung up what the hell he was going to ask you about. But it was a really, he always has great ideas.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the hell the idea was.
Well, I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be good. I think he wants you to go to Houston. I don't know.
Super energy.
Yeah. He just moved to Houston.
Grow Houston?
Yeah. No, well, let's do that too.
Who moved to Houston?
Peyton did.
From Omaha?
Yeah.
Correct.
Why?
But he'll still be up here a lot, won't he?
No.
Oh, really? Oh.
His office is technically in Houston.
Oh, okay. So
He
it's
just had a
permanent
house
move.
pop up that he had been looking at for a year or whatever,
okay.
and said if that house ever goes for sale.
Well, it's too bad we lost him.
Yeah. It's more upsetting to my wife and kids.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a lot of friends. We don't really like most people.
We could hang
And,
out the Beals.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Hang out
That's
with us
fine.
if you
Yeah.
want,
Did
yeah.
you not apply? Did you not see my video that went out? We're taking applications for new best friends.
friends?
Did you not see that?
I didn't see it.
Ah, Jesus.
But I'll definitely submit an application.
I
Yeah,
put
show
some
that
really
there.
funny shit out there that you don't see.
Show that there. Well, seriously, Steph and I will apply.
No.
Isn't that a good picture?
That is a really good
Like
picture.
we have gravitas in that picture.
Yeah, that's right.
No, we got gravitas.
All right, gravitas.
All right, gravitas.
We're like over 50.
I like it.
Just by our age, we got some gravitas.
Right, yeah. Just in the hair
Right out
color.
loud. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is gravitas right here.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have very much gray.
Not very much hair.
Not very much hair either. I suppose the gray to hair ratio is actually pretty gray.
Pretty gray.
Turn the picture.
I like that one too, but I like the one that was better at the restaurant table. That one's a cool.
I like the restaurant table.
Serious, it's like we're contemplating. It's like we just figured out some
So when's the
serious
deadline for
restaurant
new
was
best
that?
friends?
backlot at the new ACS 12.
Before the pool opens.
Tell you, that backlot
Your
restaurant
pool?
is
Yeah.
really good.
Do you have a pizza oven?
No.
You need a pizza oven.
Okay. I just did the outdoor grill thing, so maybe
We have
I
other
can
good
throw a
friends with pizza
oven.
oven. They've never invited us over.
Is that what rich people do though? I heard
Yeah.
like they all just have pizza ovens.
And built in. And
Yeah, like the guy in Billions.
Well,
Yeah.
when D&M Roofing hits the next level,
Yes.
well, you need one of those
I agree.
on the patio
Yeah, a
Put
pizza
on the
oven.
patio, not on the roof.
Yeah, or a plane.
or plane.
I really just want to get a few of us to kick in and get a plane.
I probably would take the plane over the pizza oven. Pizza oven.
Probably about the same
As
price.
much as I've been
After this,
flying.
15 seconds.
Okay. And we do have two callers. It
Yes.
looks like that's
The
good.
third one
cow.
accidentally hung up, so.
Oh,
It's
okay.
addictive. It's
He
addictive.
had a roofing question, I guarantee it. Every time.
I wanted to ask Eric about his new preventative maintenance program.
Yeah. You lying fuck.
And welcome back to Grow Omaha, the area's only show dedicated to the growth and development of your favorite city. Jeff Beals, Trenton Magid, Brad Williams, Eric Obremt. We've got a blue ribbon, star-studded committee here ready to take your calls at 402-558-1110. We're brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAINP Dodge. First caller is Alex. Good morning, Alex, and welcome to the show.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for taking my call.
You bet, Alex.
I was just curious. I work in the commercial construction industry, and we're seeing over the past year, 9 months for sure, like tons of bids going out for these, massive apartment complexes, and they're just seeming like they're just not kicking off. They're not going anywhere. They're either over budget or they just kind of stall out for now. Not that the projects aren't going to happen. Do you believe that? I mean, I know the rates are still really low for financing and that sort of thing, but material costs are through the roof right now with lumber and OSB prices. And, we just got I was reading something that shingles are going to go up at like historically high by July. Do you think that these owners and these are getting prices back, and it's double what or 30%, 40% higher than what they were planning on a year ago when they were getting initial budgets, and they're just kind of balking at it, or just kind of I just seen a lot of projects that are just kind of stalling out. I just kind of love your guys' opinion. I'll hang up and kind of listen. So.
All right, Alex, that's a very good question. The market is very active. Land prices aren't low, but interest rates, as you mentioned, are low. The need for apartments, the needs for housing has really picked up. But you're right, lumber and Rick Russell and the fine folks over at Miller Lumber have their job cut out for them because it's unbelievable how these price changes are just crazy. And I don't really follow the lumber futures, but I've also seen that steel is going up, Jeff, and we can ask Eric about the shingles. But there's no question in my mind that apartment developers, they've got enough things to worry about, from land to just getting the contractor to get the job done, and now prices on top of that. So how long can they lock in the bids and stuff like that? So it's a huge issue. Eric, what do you see on the shingle front?
I mean, we've had to rebid stuff multiple times due to these costs. Shingles they went through the roof during the winter, even when people weren't buying. For us, it was a lot of they've stopped making half the colors in every manufacturer. So, like, we have 6 colors to choose from, and the prices went up like 25%.
Are those wood shingles as well as synthetic?
I'm talking asphalt.
Oh,
like
okay.
just asphalt
Wow.
shingles. Yeah. Like, they've went up dramatically.
So can you lock when you get bids? Can you not hold the prices as long?
I can hold prices for 30 days.
And that's it.
That's
and
generally
you're still
it.
taking some risk.
Yeah. 30 days is usually the max. I mean, plywood alone, like he alluded to, we used to buy plywood less than a year ago for maybe $12 a sheet, and it's some places it's $38 for a sheet of 7/16 OSB. Like, it's insane.
Wow, that's kind of disturbing, and it fits what we've been hearing with so much construction. Back to the apartment.
I'm paying a lot less for the 15/16s.
Oh, okay. Well, if you could get me that hookup.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Brad,
it's all gauze
Brad,
pads
what do you
these
see
days.
on at E&A Consulting when it comes to the engineering? Do you have any other aspect on this?
Well, I would first say there's more apartments coming down the pipeline right now too that he's referring to. It's just gangbusters. But we've seen, I don't deal a lot with the bids, but from what I've heard is there's not as many bidders right now because everyone's so busy, which drives up the price. And then you guys mentioned wood and steel, but concrete's also up there too, and a little bit harder to get right now.
I was talking with a banker last weekend who said that at the national level, a lot of banks are not going to be able to lend for apartments much longer because apartments represent too big a percentage of their lending portfolio in many cases because they've been so hot for so long. And he thought that that could become an issue in Omaha and other places. So something to keep in mind, your eye on and keep in mind. But as Brad said, yeah, a lot of apartments are definitely in the pipeline. Hey, we want to go next to Carla. Our next caller is Carla. Carla, welcome to the show.
Good morning. I always look forward to listening to your show, guys, when
Thank you.
can on Saturdays. Yesterday, I was driving by Oakview Mall, and I noticed the Village Inn that has been shut down for some time, and there were 3 electrical trucks working there. And I thought maybe you folks might know what's going on there, if there's going to be a revival of some restaurant or something there. And then also, could you review what you have heard, how Oakview Mall is going to be transitioned to? And I'll hang up and listen to you, too.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
we appreciate the call. And I personally don't know what's going on with that Village Inn, but I do. All indications are that Oakview Mall is either sold or is about to be sold for a pretty low number, and it's an out-of-town buyer.
From Minnesota.
Is it from Minnesota? Did you find it on the...
It's my understanding from the sources that I've talked to is that it is a person or an entity out of Minnesota that, how can I put this gently so as not to get in trouble? Based on what I've heard about this entity and this person, don't expect Louis Vuitton to be there anytime soon. It's going to be maybe kind of a lot of what you're seeing right now, or maybe something less.
I think what Jeff's trying to allude to is that I heard that they might have been buying it at a low price to basically flip it.
Or that they can afford to charge rock bottom rents.
Uh-oh.
So I don't know. I'm a little bit concerned about what might the future of that mall. Well, who isn't?
Right.
Who isn't concerned about that mall?
So here are the concerns, and thanks for bringing it up. And I don't think the guys. And I haven't heard anything about the Village Inn.
No, but if they were working, we could probably find some information. So
okay,
we'll keep
we'll
you
do it on
posted.
that. That's great. We can put it on Facebook as well. But basically, you've got at least 4 different owners of the mall because I believe I think it's the box to the J.C. Penney was to the west. That's owned by that same entity, probably. And then there's 3 different owners of the other department store boxes, and so you've got a lot of covenants. You've got a lot of use restrictions. You've got mechanical, physical plan, all that kind of stuff that has to be taken into consideration. And it's not where Crossroads is being taken down for several $1 million for now we know why. I don't see Oakview being torn down anytime soon.
Well, we appreciate your call, Carla, and we are going to go to our middle of the show break, which means more call-ins after we come back. Larry is on hold. Stay with us, Larry. But other than Larry, phone lines are open, 402-558-1110. You're listening to Eric Obremt, Brad Williams, Trenton Magga, Jeff Beals, the whole crew here on Grow Omaha, brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAI NP Dodge on News Radio 1110 KFAB.
I heard it's went for $7.5 million, or $7.5 million, just $7.5 million, which is pretty scary. If they're not going to do anything special with it, hopefully they flip it. But I mean,
I think they're just going to write it down for a while. From what
Are there stores still open in there?
I think so.
People go there?
Isn't that amazing?
I don't know.
We're talking about 144th and West Center Road,
right?
And then you've got Heartwood Preserve that people are spending a fortune to buy land and everything else. It's not dissimilar of a location. The food group of the structure,
right.
The retail structure, maybe less in demand or obsolete, whatever you want to call it. But in the ring road, I'm working on one of the mini boxes around the ring road to sell. But it's more of a sales service type of business. You've got a church there. You've got the Heat Cross. You've got the Union shop over there.
Anything for the spot. And so I was going to think maybe we could
not the
chatted a little bit about
I forget the old Coles turned bowling alley 3 times.
Oh yeah, the
last love
photos you took
that place was just the fucking greatest.
Hey,
because you took some new ones.
We're on
just
video
recently.
Not on TV. They could bleep it
They
out
mentioned
later.
the College of St. Mary and Norwood sports facility.
The second time you did that,
Yamaha
sir.
expansion,
Um,
and Monroe Mine.
but,
I thought maybe you and I could chat about that.
It'll be very
And then we
interesting
could
to
talk
see.
about
That
how
liquor store has
sort
done
of
really well over there.
Where's that at?
That's that.
There's still more residential to come to
It was
there.
the Toys. It was
eventually,
the
and-
Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they have big discount. You should
But I
check
just
out.
want to
Really?
Supposed to get deal. If you have a huge selection, you have a tasting.
I mean, I've been sober 11
Yeah,
years.
tasting
I probably
our
won't go in
point.
there,
Yeah.
So I'll do that with you.
I probably won't check it out, but
Right.
I'll drive by.
On the corner, you were
See, but so that's the biggest thing is
Baxter's
what's
lot
going to happen with
next to
that ring
Access
road.
Bank
What's
is
going to
for
happen with
Starbucks.
Right.
But
No kidding.
I guess
Free
they sold it to this guy
Let's say
because it
that.
was
No, we can't.
a
Oh, we
low
can't.
price,
Okay.
and he said I'll close in 30 days
Totally.
or whatever.
Still-
And so
Then you'll
Newby,
people
who
know.
was the lender, ended up with it
Okay, we won't. Yeah.
But eventually down the road we can.
when General Grove
Isn't that
turned
crazy? They
Brookfield,
built
it's
one,
called that owns Westroads.
closed it, made it a scooter.
They let it go back to the bank. They let it go back to the lender. The lender's like, what are we going to do with it? And so just
Oh,
the expense of maintaining that and keeping it. And so this guy probably says,
Can we
here
say
you
that
go.
retail thing is planned?
And
I wouldn't, because they're still
the
negotiating.
camera had a wardrobe
to
malfunction.
buy that land from the arena.
Oh,
Okay.
now I got
That's what I
flashers
want.
now.
Okay.
Where did you live in Minnesota?
We had, I'll tell you after show.
Okay. Sorry, can't tell you everything.
Can't tell you. It's uncut, so if I said it, we can't cut it.
Yeah. Cut, slice.
And I'll tell these two guys too, but I can't say it on the Omaha Uncut.
You can call Jeff Beals at 402.
I mean, you can always do uncut.
Uncut. Well, sometimes we could do Omaha slightly cut.
Slightly cut. Yeah.
Oh, the camera jumped.
Maybe or maybe
Battery
maybe
went dead.
If we trashed someone, we could have a slight little audio
Right.
blur.
Yeah, we can cut a lot of Eric.
Hey, Eric, you did pretty well.
It's only two F words.
Yeah.
One.
No, you had one earlier.
But was it when we were
Today?
rolling?
No, it was under my breath.
Oh yeah, that
It was loud. And
No,
you can't
it
read
wasn't.
that.
Under your breath hardly
I heard it.
counts.
That's because you're.
But on there, not on here.
Yeah, no.
Hey, there's no FCC governing
No,
rules
no.
affecting the YouTube channel. It's only this.
If we pretend to be somebody else, it's not uncut.
That's true.
If you stop telling your jokes, it's not really uncut, and people aren't seeing the real Trenton.
Yeah. But some
Am I
parts of the
wrong?
real
Thank
Trenton
you.
do
Right.
need to be concealed
Has to be.
to
just
just
saying.
friends and family.
I'm just saying, be yourself.
Rick Russell already texted me. He says, I'd be interested in the 15, 16s. It's basically non-existent.
It's all non-existent. Somebody made a post of like a truck full of plywood.
Yeah, I saw that.
You see that? They're like, I'll trade you for a
Did you like that
2017
shout out?
Ford F-150. They're worth about the same now.
Or like the meth addicts are stealing plywood.
Yeah. But it really is like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And now we have to fight with Xactimate to get them to pay the right pricing for everything because prices are going up faster than they're catching up
How do
with
prices compared to
That's crazy.
with what value is right now of what we're getting. So every job that we're selling that's insurance based, we have to put it on hold. We have to say we have to go get updated pricing. So every job that we sold last fall that we couldn't put on, that sat all winter, we're having to go back to get updated pricing, and it's literally adding on an average house, like a 30 square, house, normal house. It's adding $2,000 to $4,000 per file.
Oh, gee, many.
Yeah, just to get current updated pricing.
Glad I got my roof.
So the typical roof has 30 plywood boards on it?
No, 30 square. So like 3,000.
10 by 10.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so 10 by 10 is a square.
Okay.
So 100 square
Okay.
feet
Okay.
is a square.
Okay.
So your average house is 30 square.
Okay, so
Right.
that's a 3,000 square foot roof? No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the roof.
The roof. 'Cause
Yeah, your house is
yeah.
probably bigger than that.
Dollar
Yeah,
Tree and
yeah,
Family Dollar,
that's your
same
average.
company.
Oh, my house is 30,000
They're
feet
going
by
right next to
itself.
each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like my house is 3,000 square feet or so on the main floor, but my
Right.
roof
Is there something
is
else
like
going in there now, too?
7,000 square feet.
You got a big house, though.
No, but the house is only 3,000 square feet.
On one
Probably
floor.
O'Reilly.
I only have one floor.
Oh, okay.
My whole house is a ranch.
Okay, but you have a basement.
Nope.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
because
of the lake.
And so
because
I think
of
they're
your high
going-
water table.
I would
Yeah,
guess that.
yeah,
Yep.
that's right.
Yeah,
Where's
yeah,
Mega
yeah.
Saver
So that was my mistake. I should have built
Make
story and a
six
half.
taking
And I just
But there are only three of you.
Southwest corner.
yeah, right.
Yeah, so
And that was why we didn't.
So you got 1,000 feet per person.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I built my office and put my golf sim in there, and
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
can go hide there.
And your office is so close to your house.
Yeah.
And what's
Yeah.
the extent?
The golf sim's down there. Do you play
I
golf?
sold them that
No,
whole shop.
no, I
I sold
don't.
that whole area.
Whole Canfield Plaza, all
for,
what's
for the
No,
last,
just the 2.5 acres. Then
when I was in
30 days
college,
behind
which
that.
was 30 years
Oh.
ago, I always said, I'm not going to play until I take lessons. I'm not going to play until I take lessons. I never took lessons. But I've saved
The
myself a
old
lot of
Canfield,
time, money, and
Yeah.
anguish.
Goodwill.
Well, my buddy, I went down to
And then,
Arizona to meet with
and
this,
someone bought the
It's
rest.
this
been
guy
my
and
client
then
had
my
for 7
friend who's got a
7
place
years.
down there, but he's older. He's older than me.
It's good for everybody.
He's
So Mega Saver gonna build a
45,
building,
46.
or
I'm like,
just-
Yeah,
he's
they're gonna
literally
8,200 square feet.
never golfed
Yeah.
in his life. And he's like, I need to start playing golf because all these people want to do business with me and want to play golf.
Who owns
And he's
that?
super
Is it a local
like
company?
successful. Like he doesn't need to play golf.
Yeah.
But he did. He played 2 days in a row, and it was the saddest
And I did
thing.
deal directly with
We
them.
laughed so hard because
Buc-ee's was hounding me.
he'd hit a
and
shot,
they were really
and like
wanting
3
it.
of us were good
And,
players. And he'd hit it,
but I had
like
those other
100
nieces,
yards
like,
off the
you know,
tee, and like a bunch of
Little
grown
Caesars
men,
in there.
and we're like, "Oh,
Including
good
my-
job! Like you did so good. We're so proud of you,
That's how it-
Timmy." You know, like
That would be me.
It was
Actually, you guys would be clapping if my club made contact
Yes,
with a ball.
that's kind of what we were clapping for. Like,
So,
it was
it's
pretty funny.
amazing, though, that,
With this grown man that runs a $60 million roofing
Westlake has
company,
run that
and we're like, "Good job,
We're proud
kid.
of you."
Good job."
It'll be very interesting.
It was really funny.
Here we go.
See, that's why I'm not going to golf.
Right.
Work from there.
With you. And we're back on Grow Omaha. And hey, real fast, we want to talk about some things going on in the Exarban area before we get to a couple of our callers. Larry and Craig, just hang on here in a second. Brad Williams, you took a flight over Omaha in a helicopter recently, and one of the areas you hit was Exarban Village, and we like to talk about Exarban Village during the Real Estate Development Spotlight because it is being developed by our good friends at Noddle Companies, one of Omaha's most premier developers. In addition to Exarban, they have other projects like Steel Ridge and River's Edge and the Builders District downtown, Medical Campus out by Village Point. Anyway, Brad, a lot of stuff happening in the Exarban area.
Yeah, it's really cool to see those new. I did photos of the ball fields, is what you're referring to.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they those turned out nice, and I can't wait to see when they have a big home game and that stadium's packed, and all the people walking back and forth from Exarban. You know, that was one of the things I missed most this year during hockey season is when you're driving down to the Baxter and all the people are streaming back and forth from Exarban Village to the Baxter, and there's a really neat vibe down there, and it's going to be more year-round now that there's 2 ballparks there.
Well, yeah, and then in front of the Baxter, they're making progress on that future Access Bank branch. And then on the north side of Exarban Village, a lot of people have said, what the hell is that huge building by College of St. Mary?
Yeah, it's the athletic complex.
Indoor athletic complex.
That's that's one of those schools in Omaha that I don't think people talk about a lot because we have so many big, great colleges in town, but they're going right along with everyone else and keeping up with the times.
Yeah, College St. Mary is a good school. Then also at Exarban, progress coming along nicely on Mammal Hall. And then, of course, the Monroe Meyer Institute opened recently. And that is your real estate development spotlight for the week, brought to you by Noddle Companies. Noddle Companies, one of the premier commercial real estate developers in the Midwest. And you can find them at noddlecompanies.com. Larry has been waiting most patiently. Larry, it is finally your turn. Thank you for calling.
Hey, fellas, I live right in the 60th and Center area, and I'm a courier. So all these projects you talk about, I go everywhere in town, from Gretna to Bennington, everywhere, and see all these projects. So, I'm kind of enlightened with that. But you just talked about Exarban. What about the cranes that are on the south side of Baxter? What are they doing?
That's MUD. They're building a water, or maybe not MUD, but the city's building a water treatment plant there.
Wasn't that partly related to the big sewer project?
Yeah, it's basically going to clean the water before they dump it in the creek, I believe.
Which we appreciate.
Larry, we need to get you a bumper sticker that says Grow Omaha on it, since you're all over town.
Well, I am all over town. Now, I got another question for you. This Primo's restaurant that used to be Petro's.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you.
Coming soon. Well, what is soon?
I was just going to ask you, since you said you lived at 60th and Center, if you've seen any activity going on there. I drove by last.
Once in a while, I see a truck in the back.
Yeah, I think they bought that at the wrong time with COVID, but I did notice last night that there's a liquor license application on the front window. Is that new?
I have not seen that.
So that if that just went up, that could be a good sign that they're moving things forward, because that liquor license takes a couple months before they open.
Well, Primos means cousins, so maybe one cousin is working harder than the other cousin.
I think it means very, very good. Primo.
Oh,
yeah, good point.
Primo, depending on how you look at it. Well, and so if you reach out to Trenton through the website, he will get you a Grow Omaha bumper sticker for you to put on the back of your courier truck.
I'll get one of the see-through.
Trenton through the website. Well, that'd be good. I'll have to get somebody that knows how to web.
Okay. Well, Larry, we appreciate the call.
Spider-Man or something,
Thank you,
sir.
Hey,
there's a restaurant that I just happened to go into the other day and get a menu. And I think the menu looks beautiful. The Pacific Eating House.
It is excellent. I just ate there 2 days ago, and we frequent there off. That's over at Sterling Ridge, Lockwood's development, and I highly recommend it.
All right, thanks, Larry. We got to go before you ask a fourth question. We love you, but you 3 questions there.
Yeah, we have a limit. We have a 3
All right, guys. All right.
Thanks for listening. Keep listening.
See you, Larry. All right, Craig is up next. Good morning, Craig.
Good morning, and always a fantastic. Grow Omaha is a fantastic show. Thank you, Jeff Trenton.
Thank you.
My question has to do with if the power grid out here in Sarpy County, especially where all these data centers, Facebook, Amazon, Google, whatever they are, if we're bolstering the power grid and not just using wind turbines and solar power, so, it can handle all the needs,
I mean, kind of stumped the guys here, but I would
like, Brad, you work at an engineering firm.
We do nothing with electricity. But
he's the closest thing we've got to it.
I doubt that OPPD would let them build stuff that they couldn't handle. You see, they're putting up those giant, brand new galvanized power lines all over that part of Sarpy County. I'm sure they have a plan, and that I'm sure they're taking care of it.
Well, you see by Facebook and Google, you see that right on Highway 50. You see that huge power plant right there, and I'm sure that has something to do with it. And of all the things we know, that's not one of them. And I know that it's been in the paper that OPPD has bought a lot of land for the future of solar with natural gas backup and things like that. And I have to believe that's for future planning. But that's a great question. And when you flush your toilet, where does it go? And There's a lot of people.
I could answer that one.
There's some people that know that.
We know that.
Okay, you know that?
Yeah,
okay.
we know that.
That's for another show.
We can talk offline. But no, one of the things that has been very desirable for Nebraska as a place to locate major facilities like data centers or manufacturing plants is the abundance of low-cost power. I see nothing changing that anytime soon vis-a-vis other states. I don't think the thing that happened in Texas is a sign of long-term problems for Nebraska. But we appreciate the call, and we're going to get another one in before we go to the lightning round. Good morning, David. You are next on the show. Hi, David.
Good morning, and indeed, we really enjoy your show. And it was very informative. My wife and I both enjoy listening to it.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The question I have has to do with moving old classic houses off land that's been bought up. And I think Trenton mentioned this morning something about moving a house. Well, we saw that the land that Facebook bought on the Keys property was moved next to the Soaring Wings winery, and their plan is to use it for a bed and breakfast, which I thought was pretty unique. But I heard that the cost of moving that was huge because the power company won't no longer let you will take down the lines for free. And so even though it seemed like the cost was like $6,000 or $7,000 just to move it, but the total cost wound up to be about $60,000 to move the house about 3 miles on some back roads. I wonder if you had some comments about that.
Well, I believe it, and it's amazing what they can move. And I know Scribs, if they're still around, I've seen them move houses where you see those giant I-beams, and you also have seen that historic barn over on the Boys Town property that's kind of raised up, and I don't know where they're taking that as well. So there's a sentimental value. Obviously, for the winery, it's kind of a neat thing. You got to build a foundation, and you got to plan for where it's going, and then you got to move power lines and lights and things like that if it's too tall for the roads, and there's a lot of logistics that go into that. But it's pretty cool to see, and I remember when we were developing one property where the farmers are smart, and so we gave them the salvage rights to their houses, and basically they figured out that since when the county assesses taxes, they do it as of January 1. So what they did was they put it up on I-beams and had it basically in transit and disconnected the power and everything and started moving it in January or February so they didn't have to pay taxes for that year because it was considered personal property. So it's interesting how people can figure those things out, but people do it.
As far as OPBD charging to move the power lines for them, that they're covering their costs there. They pay the guys that go out there. They have equipment that goes out there, and they got a lot of costs to cover, so they're not going to do it for free this day and age.
And we appreciate that call and everyone who has called. We are going to take our final break of the hour, and when we come back, we are going to attack the lightning round. Several things to share with you during that period of time. You're listening to Jeff, Trenton, Brad, and Eric on Grow Omaha, brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAI NP Dodge on News Radio 1110 KFAB.
I love when the callers
want stuff for free.
Yeah.
Every day, people want stuff for free from me.
Yeah, my truck that I got to pay for to drive out there with the gas I got to pay for, the time I'm taking to go out there. I said, you don't understand. All this shit adds up.
I love it when we get calls for it's uncut. You got to be real, Brad.
Oh.
So use this.
We're not even wearing makeup.
I don't like this. I don't like this. Oops, shit. But we get calls for repairs and stuff, and we'll go out there all the time and be like, well, we'll look at it for free, but here's what it's going to cost. They're like, well, you're going to charge me for that? And it's like, nobody asked the appliance guy if they're going to charge him for that, right? Nobody asked the plumber. If a plumber shows up to your house, you're expecting a bill for $300, and it's always just for him showing up, right? Yeah. We show up and they're like, you're going to do that for free, right? You're not going to charge me anything, are you? It's hilarious. I don't know why.
There's a fund or something that just...
Right. I have no idea why that's become a thing.
We're a for-profit business.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that, have you ever seen anybody in a house clean their pipes where their water comes through? Like
what?
We have one bathroom where the water looks foggy now. The MED did something in the neighborhood or something.
Oh, so you need like a chimney sweep for pipes?
Yeah, it gets cloudy, but it's like.
Wait, what pipes are you seeing?
Your
supply
source.
Your source pipes.
Through your house.
The faucet and it's...
You know, they always say you should clean your vents, you should clean your carpet, you should do all this kind of stuff.
Trent turns on his water,
right? Brown murky.
So you have brown water at your house, is what you're saying?
Don't
drink it. Don't drink it.
A little cloudy.
We had some issues, and the lady at MED told us to undo the screens on the faucets and let the water run for a little while.
Really?
So, yeah. And then she told us to drain the water heater too, and just because some of that builds up in the water heater.
We're tankless.
Yeah. So
you like that?
Oh, you're one of those guys.
Yeah. Do you? I think that was a mistake I made when I built my house, was not doing the tankless.
It was like 4,000.
There's only 3 of us in the house, and I'm like, how do we run out of hot water?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, there's 4 of us, so we do too.
You'll have a little less than 5 minutes.
A little less than 5. Okay, thanks, Delaney.
Yeah.
Till the commercial's over?
And welcome back to the show. Grow Omaha, brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAINP Dodge. Eric Obrumt and Brad Williams are joining us. Trenton and I are glad to have you with us. We're going to wrap it up here really fast with the lightning round from Turner Construction. Turner Construction has come into Omaha and has made Omaha a better place. This was a New York company that came here because of the Sarpy County Data Center. And they have made a full commitment to the community, hired a bunch of Omaha people, working with our local community colleges to make sure that plenty of trades folks are going in to the construction industry as a career. And it's so exciting to have them working with us here on Grow Omaha. If you need to do any sort of construction for your business, you definitely want to reach out to Turner and have the best of the best looking at your project. You won't be sorry. Turner Construction, sponsor of the Lightning Round. All right, guys, who here wants to go shopping for a Porsche?
I'm in.
All right, new Porsche dealership is under consideration, 180th and Dodge, right next to the Pinnacle Bank Corp headquarters, northwest corner of 180th and Dodge. This would be Woodhouse moving the Porsche dealership from 66th and L out west. Probably makes a lot of sense. I mean, hey, don't get me wrong, 66th and L is a beautiful area, but I'm thinking more of their customers might be out by 180th and Dodge.
You don't think all those new high school students next year at 60th and L at OPS are going to have the Porsches?
I bet they would love to drive one if they could get their hands on one, if they could afford one.
I had a 75 Buick Skylark with no air conditioning as my first car when I was 16.
I had a 78 Chevy Monte Carlo, nice brown color.
Yeah, keep in mind that was 1987, ladies and gentlemen, so it's like, it wasn't that old.
It's like, yeah, exactly. Hey, the Old Chicago restaurant that closed at Shadow Lake Town Center in Papillion is going to be an Olive Garden. Gotta love those breadsticks.
And unlimited salad.
Yep, Olive Garden going into Shadow Lake Town Center. Also at Shadow Lake Town Center on April 6th, a ribbon cutting will be held for Ikasan Sushi and Ramen Restaurant. I'm not sure if that's a local or national. I'm guessing local, but I don't know that for sure. And it was interesting. Mayor Black from Papillion made a post on Facebook that so many new restaurants have come to Shadow Lake now with Olive Garden and Ikasan, and they had Early Bird. Cops Pizza went there. So good times for Shadow Lake restaurant goers. A Scooters kiosk is planned for the southeast corner of 180th and Harrison. It'll just be a 600 square foot drive-through, opening probably mid to late summer. Also right next to a KinderCare daycare, which is under construction. The Wally World store, Walmart store in Manawa Power Center in Council Bluffs is about to go through a renovation project. And an infill development project, small flex building planned for 2909 North 93rd Street. That's about a block or two north of Maple, south of Bedford. It'll be a 14,000 square foot flex building. That's a never before developed area.
That's right next to where it sounds like it's right off Maple to the north.
There's one building and then this empty lot.
And then it was Exarban Television. Joe Polonsky. I've sold that building before, and I used to lease it, and that lot has just been sitting there, and that's neat.
There's a couple lots along that North 90th stretch that have never done anything. It's kind of unique.
Yeah, and when I was in high school, I had a telemarketing job right in that area, and in those days, we referred to that area as Telemarketing Hill because there were 3 or 4 competing telemarketing firms. If my memory serves me correct, that may have been where the Omaha outbound telemarketing industry was born in that whole area. Like, remember Watts Telemarketing and Eidelman Telemarketing? All those companies were up in that area. West, I think, acquired one of them eventually. So at any rate, that's your information for the lightning round today, brought to you by Turner Construction. Hey, this has been a lot of fun. Brad Williams, we love your photos. We love your videos.
Hey, thanks for having me on. I always have fun.
If you want to see Brad's work, just go to bradwilliamsphotography.com, or a lot of it is on our Grow Omaha Facebook page. Eric Obrumt, appreciate you being a part of us.
We love your roofs.
Thank you. Thank you. Don't forget to nominate your favorite veteran.
Okay, and the way you do that is by?
Go to the Facebook page, and there should be a link on there that you can click on and upload videos and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, and the deadline is?
May 14th.
May 14th.
Let's not talk deadlines. Just do it now.
Okay, just do it.
Yeah. I don't like deadlines. No,
you
no,
don't
no.
want to procrastinate.
Nah, don't procrastinate. That's what I do. You shouldn't do that.
Music's playing, which means we are out of time. I'm Jeff Beals.
And I'm Trenton Magid.
You've been listening to Grow Omaha, brought to you by D&M Roofing and NAI NP Dodge Commercial Real Estate. We'll chat with you next week at 9 o'clock right here on News Radio 1110 KFAB.
It's a wrap.
Was anyone shocked
It's a wrap!
that they still
You're
open
still
New
here?
Yards?
What's that?
The show's
Could you-
over.
If you like this video, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons. And remember, Grow Omaha is not just media. This is a mission. We are trying to build up Omaha and make it an even better place. We can only do that with your help. Share this video with your friends, neighbors, and family.